Within the next decade, we could see an Asian sprinter win a major championship final in the 100 or 200 meter. Bold claim, I know, but that's what I'm all about. Over the past 5 years, Asian sprinters have been demolishing their area records. They even have multiple youth world records, and technically a proper world record too. Not to mention their absolutely goated relay performances. But let's cut the bullshit. There are 5 East Asian, or at least half East Asian athletes who could contend a medal very soon. Starting off with the least likely, at number 5 is Xie Zhenye from China. He has a 100 meter personal best of 9.97, the 3rd fastest by a full Asian ever, and a 19.88 in the 200 meter, which currently stands as the Asian record outright and by quite the margin over 2nd place. He ran these times in 2018 and 2019 before the pandemic, and since then has been inconsistent. But at the Asian Games this year, he really impressed. He comfortably won and cruised his way to 10.07 and 10.03 during the first rounds and semis. And I mean, he was cruising. Unfortunately in the final, wind was slightly above the legal limit, where he ran his fastest time of 9.97. It really seems to be he's focusing on his 100 now, even when his 200 meter time is spectacularly good at 19.88. But it was kind of just a one-off performance, with his 2nd fastest time being a 20.03. He's also 30 now, which could technically be an issue, but I don't think so for 2 reasons. We're seeing sprinters compete at elite levels for longer as our understanding of the body and training methodology improves. And he ran these races so smooth, heading right into an Olympic year. It shows a heap of potential, and there's a good chance as a part of his bigger plan as an athlete. Bingtian 2.0? At number 4 is Japan's Abdul Hakim Sani Brown. At only 24, he's already been impressing on the world stage, right beneath everyone's noses. He has personal bests of 9.97, but has run sub 10 on multiple occasions, all of these times being legal as well. And to add further bonus points, majority of these times have been at major championships. We've seen him run sub 10 at 2 world championships, in 2022 and 2023. He qualified to the final, but didn't repeat the sub 10 performance there. He's also placed 3rd at the NCAA Champs in 2019, running 9.97. Again, I reiterate, he's 24 and is consistently making World Championship finals in the 100 meter. And for those of you wondering, he is half Japanese and half Ghanaian. If that somehow makes this list lose validity, think about this. Out of the top 75 times ever ran in the 100 meter, only 2 of those athletes weren't of full West African or Caribbean descent. I'm really excited to see what Sani Brown can do next year at the Olympics. The 3rd athlete on this list is more of a young wild card. He's an athlete I've talked about before, and that's the Thai phenom Puripol Boonson. At 17 years old, he has current personal bests of 10.06 and 20.19, and that's mainly because he only competed twice this year due to injury. He hit the scene big time last year at age 16, running 10.09 and that 20.19 time, where unfortunately he did end his season hurt. But at 2023, he came back at the very tail end of the season to run his first 100 meter competition at the Asian Games, where he took 2nd overall to the athlete mentioned earlier, Xie Zhenye from China, and ran phenomenal times of 10.06 in the semi and a slightly illegal 10.02 in the final. And to really nail this point home, he ran personal bests, only competing once over the 100 meter this season. To add to this, he owns the 100 meter age grade world record for age 16 and under, and even holds his national record, which he beat at the age of 16. It's crazy to imagine what he'll do next year at the Olympics, being healthy. Alright, now on to a more controversial pick. This next athlete is going to be weird. But at number 2, it's Michael Norman, running for the USA. He has crazy personal bests and a world championship gold in the 400 meter already. 9.86 on the 100 meter, 19.70 in the 200 meter, and 43.45 in the 400 meter. The 6th fastest time of all time.
43.45! Oh my!
But he's half Japanese. Here's him with his mum. People were nothing but disappointed in him last season, kind of flopping due to injury unable to defend his 400 meter title at the World Champs, but he's announced coaching changes and a switch to a focus on the short sprints. There is no doubt he's in the 2020 class of Asian sprinters making their mark. He is still only 25, and looking at the trajectory of sprinters nowadays, his best times are definitely still ahead of him. The final athlete is one that went absolutely viral for what he did at the 2021 Olympics. You probably know him. Bingtian from China, with his personal best of 9.83 seconds, the clear Asian record. And on his way to this time, he ran the fastest 60 meter split in human history of 6.29 seconds. Both these times quite literally shocked the world. We really thought we were about to see the impossible happen. An unconventional 5 foot 8 inch stocky Asian sprinter winning the 100 meter at the Olympic Games. Unfortunately, we know what happened next. In the final, his start didn't hit like it did in the semi. He ran well, 9.98, placing 6th. But the mark he left was huge. Proof I'm sure for many sprinters out there, no matter the ethnicity, build, whatever, it's possible. Bingtian has run sub 10 multiple times in his career, but he is now 34 years old, the latter years of any sprinter's career. Eyes are still on him to see if he can repeat a similar performance at the 2024 Olympics. But man, I'll never forget that feeling at the Tokyo Olympics. Seeing an athlete so against the grain of a conventional sprinter absolutely dominate the first 60 meters and run a time so quick. He was the favorite heading into the final.
Very good start to Xie Zhenye CHN. He's leading that by Bingtian. Jacobs.